Mr. Men Adventure in the Jungle by Adam Hargreaves. Mr. Dizzy had gone for a walk in the woods with all his friends, but the further Mr. Dizzy led his friends into the woods, the more lost he became. Then he came to a fork in the path, and Mr. Dizzy could not remember which way to go. Should he take the left fork, or should he take the right one? But the right one might be the wrong one, so he turned left. He and his friends walked and walked and walked, and then they walked some more. The further they walked, the denser the woods became.
I don't think we're in the forest no more,
said Little Miss Wise.
I think this is a jungle.
Yeah, gosh, what makes you think that? Asked Mr. Dizzy. Because that's a gorilla! Yelled Mr. Jelly, quivering in fright.
And look! There's an elephant!
Cried Little Miss Sunshine. And that's a tiger! Pointed out Mrs. Strong. Oh dear, said Mr. Dizzy. We're lost in the jungle. Suddenly, with an ear-splitting roar, the tiger pounced. Mr. Strong leapt into its path, and the tiger harmlessly bounced off him. Running into Mr. Strong is like running into a brick wall. It hurts. Remember to eat your Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. It brings out the tiger in you. The jungle was so thick, and the vines were so tangled, and tree roots grew so close together that it was very difficult to make any headway at all. It took all Mrs. Strong's strength to force a track through the jungle. Don't worry, I'll get us a way out of here. Phew, this is thirsty work. It was hot and steamy. Mr. Dizzy's head was in a spin. They must find their way home before it got dark. And then night fell. And it was not very comfortable night for Mr. Dizzy and his friends. It was so noisy that they did not sleep a wink. Even Miss Noisy thought it was too noisy. Frogs croaked. Wah, wah. Crickets chirruped. Insects clicked and chirped. And the bats squeaked. Gosh, when's it gonna be daytime? I don't like it out here. When are they gonna keep their noise down? I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually truly bothered by it. Things are no better in the morning. In fact, they were decidedly worse. A huge snake had wrapped its enormous coils around everyone. Mr. Jelly let out a muffled shriek. Say now, what have we here? It's Mr. Med and Little Mrs. Delicious shaped people. Gosh, how do you get out of this one?
Oh no, we're trapped in the snake! How will we ever escape?
Oh, but you know I don't like being tangled up. Not even my arms like it. Uh-oh, this calls for drastic measures. It was Mr. Daydream who came to the rescue. He whistled softly just like a flute, and slowly began to charm the snake until it was so sleepy and relaxed that everyone was able to escape from his embrace. Ooh, that's a relief. Phew, oh, that's much better. Yeah, gosh, I wish I could do all that.
Phew, thank goodness for you, Mr. Daydream. At least the snake didn't eat us. Wow, everything is so big in the jungle.
Said Little Miss Tiny.
Even the butterflies are huge. But they sure are beautiful.
Said Little Miss Sunshine.
Ooh, look at the size of that flower!
Exclaimed Miss Nosy.
It's gigantic! I wonder what it smells like!
Mr. Nosy stuck his long nose inside the huge flower.
Ugh! things.
he cried.
However are we gonna get out of here?
sighed Miss Nosy. Little Miss Somersault glanced above her head.
Yeah, look at the monkey swinging through the trees.
She said,
Now that's a way to travel.
and she was right. Swinging from vine to vine was much easier, although Mr. Tickle did not need the vines. Oh, let's all monkey around! Oh! Tarzan, eat your heart out!
Come on, guys, let's swing on out of here.
They were travelling more quickly, but they were still lost as the lost city that they stumbled across. The city was a maze of passageways and corridors, and steps that led down and stairs that led up, with strange statues and eerie carvings. They were all well and truly lost in the lost city. That was in the deep jungle, in the middle of nowhere. Oh, I don't think we'll ever get out of here. Gosh, I don't know which way to turn.
I better go see what's in here, though, while you're not looking.
Oh, I don't know. This place looks nice to monkey around in. That water doesn't look safe, though. This is the kind of stuff you'd only imagine you could be in. In the middle of the lost city was a temple,
If we climb the temple, then we might see where we are.
said little Miss Wise. The view was magnificent from the top, and they could see for miles and miles in all directions. They were not far from a river that would lead them out of the jungle. Yeah, gosh, I didn't think about that. Maybe I just don't.
Good thinking, little Miss Wise. What would we do without you, girlfriend?
On the riverbank, they found some dugout canoes and began their journey home, paddling down the river. Gosh, there are lots of logs on the river. Observed Miss Dizzy. Those aren't logs, they're crocodiles! Shrieked Mr. Jelly, quivering and wobbling. He quivered and wobbled so much that he overturned his canoe. Kersplash! He shrieked as a large crocodile swam towards him with its mouth wide open, showing its crooked yellow teeth. Luckily, Mr. Jelly had been sharing his canoe with Miss Noisy. Miss Noisy opened his mouth as wide as the crocodile's mouth and let out an ear-splitting shout. It was as loud as a train roaring through a tunnel. It was as loud as a jumbo jet taking off. It was as loud as a pneumatic drill in a telephone box. The crocodile leapt clear out of the water in fright and turned tail, frantically trying to swim away from this terrifying noise. Mr. Noisy grinned a big grin, and he and Miss Jelly climbed back into their canoe. It was a long paddle, but they did find their way back home. It was much cooler at home, and quieter, and the insects were smaller. There were no tangled-up roots to trip them up, and there were no dangerous animals that might eat them. What a relief, said Miss Dizzy. That's more like it. Much better indeed. And somewhere, a very long way deep in the jungle, a number of wild animals also breathed a collective sigh of relief. What a beastly luck. Confound those ridiculous misdemeanor little misses. You're telling me I got scared by them. Oh, I wouldn't want to run into them again. Which jungle animal are you? The jungle animals met their match with the Mr. Men and Little Misses. Did you know that the Chinese believe that people born in a particular year take on the characteristic traits of an animal associated with that year? Which of these wild animals are you most like? The tiger is brave, confident, popular, and adventurous, but sometimes they can be stubborn and don't like to obey others. The snake is intelligent, charming, enthusiastic, and wise, but sometimes they don't think of their friends' feelings when they want to win. The monkey is quick, funny, nosy, and clever, but they can be a bit naughty and have to be careful not to hurt other people's feelings.
Mr. This and Mr. That are dropping by for a friendly chat to show you round the Mr. World. Who knows when you're gonna meet that funny little fella with the small round feet? Don't you know they're all about you? Climb down, sit down, pull up a chair. Can't you see the Mr. Men are everywhere? You must not miss your friends.